Well, good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? It's Friday. I'm going to do a little bit different thing today. I usually ride the motorcycle on Fridays, but getting ready to go to a conference. So I have to get stuff out of the office to man the tables and do the videos and do the attendance stuff, all that kind of thing. But I was up in a meeting last night talking about the freedoms that are being taken away from us to make choices for ourselves in our I guess our sovereignty of our body is what was said last night. Do we even have the rights anymore to make choices for ourselves? And it seems to be those things are being taken away from us. It doesn't even at some point it doesn't even matter what the thing is that we're being forced to do. The issue is the taking away of our ability or our right to choose. It's ridiculous. It goes against the entire history of our country. It goes against what the Constitution was written about and for. It goes against why the people even came across the Atlantic to escape this kind of totalitarianism in the first place. So it doesn't even matter if the thing that they're mandating is good or bad. It's the mandating that's the bad thing. We supposedly have liberty, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And over the decades, over the last 2.5 centuries of being a country, we've created and signed charters and done things to release people from this kind of oppression and bondage. We fought even amongst ourselves to free people from this kind of bondage. We've been in internal turmoil for the last 100 years to make things so equal and equitable that people have the right to even choose what gender they identify as. They can choose the two that are genetically there or whatever else they want to. People can choose to live any kind of life they want unless it goes against the state's wishes. But you can't choose anymore to stay free from pharmaceuticals. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad, you just don't have a choice anymore. And you might say, well, we need to make those people that don't believe in the science and don't trust the mandates, and you don't trust the leadership to make those decisions for you. We need to force you to do that. Well, if we're going to go with the science as your base of why we do these things, why aren't we forcing people to exercise 20 minutes a day and having a passport of exercise, an exercise passport? And sugary cereals are bad for you, so why don't we outlaw and do fact checks on social media and do hit pieces on the mainstream media on sugary cereals and other things that we know are definitely bad for you. But no, we don't mandate those. We mandate this manufactured thing. And again, it doesn't matter what the thing is. Just mandate this thing that the system has deemed to be more important than your liberty and your freedom. Now, since we're talking about specifically this case, we're talking about a virus. We're talking about the state's answer to taking care of that virus in the population, regardless of what your choice is, and it should be your choice. Regardless of what your choice is, if you don't have a healthy immune system, nothing else is going to matter for any kind of vaccine or immunotherapy to work, it relies on your built-in immune system to do its job. Because all a vaccine does is trigger an immune response within the host. So you need to have the most robust immune system you can. If it is not working, if it is detrimental to your health, when we have yet to see that, we've only had these. So regardless of whether it works or not, whether it actually does its job or not, you still need your immune system to handle whatever it does, good or bad, or just neutral. And if we eventually have the decision not to take this pharmaceutical into our system, we need to have a strong immune system regardless. And we know that there are certain things that help the immune system. Mindsets, thoughts, things that we eat, things that we don't eat, keeping a good nervous system working. Those things help your immune system. And that's what we have to focus on. That's what we have to make sure that we do. As long as we have a choice, we need to do that. That's just the craziest thing. I've never, ever been cut off from wireless on that route, ever. And today, talking about this subject, just so happens that my wireless connection cut off 3 times. Interesting. I don't think there's anything to do with what I'm talking about in that. It's just really interesting that it happened today. Anyway, now I'm trying to find my keys. There we go. Nope, that is a key, but it's not the one I'm looking for. It'll work, but it's not the set I'm looking for. Anyway, you need to have a good immune system. You need to have an immune system in place doing its job. And one of those things you can do, hey, elect me president, and I'll mandate chiropractic care for everybody once a week, regardless. Whether you want it or not, you have to have chiropractic care. And I get to choose what chiropractic style it is. And I get to choose, I just get to choose everything about it. How about that? No, but you need to choose chiropractic care. One of the things we know about the immune system is if you're in a state of fear, if you're in a state of, fear, let's just use that because that encompasses a lot of things. If you're afraid of what's going on, or if you don't agree with it, if you're being forced into it, you go into a depressed immune state, and that is not what we want. So anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I appreciate your time. I had nothing to do with the connections. They just decided to disconnect on their own. But anyway, have a great one. We'll talk at you later. I'm going to have a great weekend, you too. Bye-bye.